your waist and ease your mind. I must be favored to know, yeah. I take my hands and trace your lines. It's the way that we can ride. It's the way that we can ride. Think I'm meant to win another life, so break me up another time. You wrap around me and you give me life, and that's why night after night I'll be loving you right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, you know, night after night I'll be loving you by 7 days a week. You love when I jump right in. All of me, I'm a foreign. Show you what devotion is. Deeper than the ocean is. Wind it back, I'll take it slow. Leave you with that afterglow. Show you what devotion is. Deeper than the ocean is. It's the way that we can ride. It's the way that we can ride. Think I'm meant to win another life, so break me up another time. You wrap around me and you give me life, and that's why night after night I'll be loving you right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, you know, night after night I'll be loving you right. 7 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, you know, night after night I'll be loving you right.
Type to take control, type to take your soul. Take your phone and put it in the camera roll. Leave them clothes at the door. What you ain't for? Better come and hit your goal. Jumping in both feet. Going to the summer, we ain't getting no sleep. 7 days a week, 7 different sheets, 7 different angles. I could be your fantasy. Open up, say, come here, baby, let me swallow your pride. What you want, I can match your vibe. Hit me up and I'ma cha-cha slide. You make Mondays feel like weekends. I make him never think about cheating. Got you skipping work and me. Fuck it, let's sleep in. Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, you know, night after night I'll be loving you right. 7 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, you know, night after night I'll be loving you right. 7 days a week.
I have to review this because I missed something.
You make Mondays feel like weekends. I make him never think about cheating. Got you skipping work and me. Fuck it, let's sleep in. Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, night after night I'll be loving you right. 7 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days.
Okay, I have to try this. Yeah.
It's the way that we can ride. It's the way that we can ride. We can match you in another life, so break me up another time. You wrap around me and you give me life, and that's why night after night I'll be loving you right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, night after night I'll be loving you right. 7 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, night
Type to take control, type to take your soul. Take your phone and put it in the camera roll. Leave them clothes at the door. What you ain't for? Better come and hit your goal. He jumping in both feet. Going to the stomach, we ain't getting no sleep. 7 days a week, 7 different sheets, 7 different angles. I could be your fantasy. Open up, say, come here, baby, let me swallow your pride. What you want, I can match your vibe. Hit me up and I'ma cha-cha slide. You make Mondays feel like weekends. I make him never think about cheating. Got you skipping work and me. Fuck it, let's sleep in. Yeah.
Okay. This is the picture of the coffin casket. Okay, that's the casket. Let me get it into focus. Yeah, I did pause it right there. That's an Asian in a casket. Yeah, he's not alive. It's not true. He's alive in the casket, and he's not allowed to see a casket or to lay in a casket. He's not allowed to open the lid of a casket from the inside. That's not steady for me to make the threatening. That's why my mind doesn't see it, even though it was there. Lotto's threatening, open up, say, and you can review that if you want. That's as far as I can go because I'm not black, female, and adultery. So it's homeless to tell you that I would be elsewheres right now. I am right here. That means I went through everything, yes, and alived everything in my leverage, and you are a disaster area. If there's no correcting you at this point, there's no correcting me at this point, and I do still see you making increasing debt, that you make speech offenses, you don't go to jail, you don't go homeless if you don't go to jail, and you don't get trespassed out of homeless into jails and prisons. You are locked in the public because God is not creating the prisons right now. But I really do say no with myself all the way till the end of myself. And why aren't you like me if what you really want is to have the presence of God in your life so that you don't have disappointment? It can't be so that you want to be a controlling person. You don't get alive that way. You don't alive yourself that way. And you have that you're alive in all of alive because you're not elsewheres. If you would rather be elsewheres, you're not elsewheres. You're right here if you can see me. That's you. So that's how you would rather believe in me than no. And you would rather substantially embody something that I am instead of that you would want to take away from me what is mine to myself. And up in heaven, it belongs to heaven, where heaven is going to give deceased. Dory Chattel Johnston. When you were a disaster to my life, you just left and went to make a disaster in your own life and tell me where you were because you couldn't handle that you were a disaster to your own life by yourself. I know you're still in Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah, but I didn't ask you where are you going. No, I didn't know you were leaving Milwaukee. Who said you were in Madison? Donna to you. She's Donna to you. She said you're in Madison. Yeah, I didn't ask her. Where is who? Well, how are you going to solve this problem with Charles Toe asking me for my phone number? Well, you don't have it paid for because of that problem right there. What's a child molester? Why are you anywhere near me?
I didn't know you owed me that you say no with yourself and go elsewhere. That's not money to me either. You could be here and it's not money. You could be away and that's not money. Why are you even talking to me about myself at all? And we're far away from that question, except for that I have leverage I am trying to pay for with my own motions. And if you go by heaven, what heaven can do, yes or no, then you don't have that I would be alive that way. And when I'm deceased, I'll be deceased out of the threatening that you could see and hear me, which is what was making you angry, and that you refused to, leave and be with yourself elsewheres with money and to be deceased to everyone who's not yourself. You need to decease yourself to everyone who's not yourself. That you can do. That's why you have genitals. So for Howard Chait's question, hostaging me, I want fill in the blank. He didn't say that at the greeting place. He moved the greeting place like this. Ask me, what's your address and phone number? I'll pick you up at X time and date and time. And then he moved me to some desert area and said, now I want fill in the blank. And that all sounds very calculating. I didn't ask you if you're a very good person or not. Well, I'm not afraid of you because I don't have any sort of karma with that. And you look and you don't know how to leave somebody who doesn't have karma with you. Well, you don't, according to yourself, you don't have karma to hear no. If you say, I want fill in the blank, you don't have any karma to hear no from me. You expect that you're going to get yes out of me. If you get no out of me, that's not your karma. Why don't you just leave? According to you, you did something wrong with yourself. You asked somebody a question who didn't give you an immediate yes. Well, I'm trying to say, what's an immediate yes? Lotto, open up, say, ah, let me swallow your pride. That's what you wanted to hear out of me. I know, I just said it, but it's elsewheres. Well, that means you're just that far in the wrong. I can't help it. That's why you aren't really myself. Business card. Maybe you shouldn't be holding a business card and handing it out to somebody because if it has your name on it, it's yours. I don't have any business cards with my name on it that I gave out. Never. I don't have any business cards with my name on it. No. I don't know why the police officer, I have a police officer who gave me a business card, a social worker who gave me a business card, the licensed massage therapy business card from Howard Chait. I received that business card. And then I got this flyer from Taking You to the Heights of Your Health. Do you need home care? So is that what it does? It gives home care. Okay, so this is not really a business card, but it's a flyer. So those things I received without asking. Yeah, double. I didn't ask you if you're a very good person, but I was wondering why you don't just keep it. Is it yours and you want to sell it to me for something else? Do you want to sell me a business card or a flyer for everything I need for myself? Because I didn't ask you for a business card or a flyer. Ask you who? Well, you're skipping that. It's not alive that way for anyone. And I am deceased right here, and you did that multiple times as Creator 8. You did that, so 4 times I just described. You're trying to zip the threatening that you don't have any karma to speak to me at all ever. I know, but what do you want? You want what I need for myself. That sounds like a great amount of interest that would be at the bank. It takes a whole bank, the bank order, it takes the whole bank order to answer that question. You can't just come around where I am and treat it like it's a whole bank order of all the bank account numbers ever, international currency, personal checks, cashier's checks, money orders, bank statements. I don't do that here. I don't even have a single computer that is mine to myself. The ones that I'm using here are Charles Toe account. Well, that means that you've already occupied anything in my name. You already occupy that. You want to occupy my life? I think I am extinguished at this point. It's time for you to withdraw. If I find that you don't withdraw from myself, I'm going to put you out of myself. I'm going to see it, and so are you. We have to get to the end of this snap where I say, if I find you do something in contempt of myself, I'm gonna, and then you turn around and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna take away everything that moves. I'm gonna put a gun in your mouth and pull the trigger on you, and there's nothing that's gonna stop me. And you have guns in public. You have guns in traffic. They come right around here and they park exactly underneath this fence. You're the one who doesn't have an alibi about the guns. The guns are due in jails and prisons. They're due inside because that's where the gun rests in there. Well, the gun is to fire the address of the prison. The gun is not to go into an open mouth that says words that are against somebody who's not yourself because you have genitals. Here's some water here. Flooding of a building. And this is Taylor Swift in a bathtub in water. But I guess you can just see that she's in water. And it's up to her head, ears, neck. It's like that. And here it says, your dong, aloha to your dong. You're an Asian, but you don't have a dong. But you could have a dong if you're an Asian in world number 16. And this is world number 17. You don't have a dong.
is 2 times more absorbent, so you can get more done with one. The Quicker Picker Upper.
In February, you planted seeds. By April, you... I'm laid out there on the silken lace. A wicked grin spread across my face. The lights are low, but the fire's high. I'm the feast they've come to satisfy. Line up, boys, I'm ready to play. One by one, come and make my day. There's no shame in this carnal delight. Take your turn, I've got all night. The first step's up, his touch is bold. Heat like fire, his hands take hold. The second follows, then the third's in line. Each one tasting what's purely mine. Line up, boys, I'm ready to play. One by one, come and make my day. No shame in the thrill, just make me scream. Take your turn, go on and fling your cream. The room is thick with lust and heat. My body's trembling, begging complete. No love here, just raw wild sin. As each man leaves, another steps in. I'm counting breaths as the numbers climb. Each pulse of pleasure marking time. Their hands, their mouths, their bodily thrusts satisfying every craving, every lust. Line up, boys, I'm ready to play. One by one, come and make my day. There's no shame in this carnal delight. Take your turn, I've got all night. When the final man is spent and gone, I'll lay here smiling, the night lives on. A dozen hearts have tasted my fire. Line up, boys, to fulfill desire.
Well, they are boys to themselves. Yeah, the who penis or who dong, it could be a who dong. If he has a dong genital, that is deceased the wrong way now. If it has a penis genital, it's a who penis that is deceased the wrong way now, because it can't be that it's a very long duck dong. It's not a long dong. It's either a penis or it's not one. It's a dong or it's not one. And I don't afford the karma that it is that you don't know what a dong genital is after what you did to myself. You don't know I'm the Godhead. You need to know what a dong genital is before you know that you completely obliterated the Godhead, because it was easy, because you were angry with small things. Well, they were not your small things. You don't have time and space correctly if you can see me. I don't want to be none lower than me anymore. I don't want to be lower than what you are. I don't want to have fewer things than you do. And I don't want to be lower than what you are in your view, because that's very low compared to what I really am, which is none higher than me. I'm none higher than me deceased. Do you know that there's none higher than me? So do you think that I'm low? If you think that I'm low, that's what you think about none higher than me. Yeah, but I am myself, and I don't want to be low to you anymore, because it's just money that's not yours. It's little, small things that are not yours. Plastic bags that are not yours. Disposable wrappers that are not yours. You could open up a Snickers bar, eat it, and throw the wrapper away in the garbage, and you threw away the wrapper of a Snickers bar wasn't funny to me. You don't know I'm none higher than me deceased because you ate a Snickers bar and you threw the wrapper away. I can't afford that you threw the wrapper away. That's not funny to me. But you would say you don't know who I am after you ate a Snickers bar. That's not funny to me. I know what Snickers are. If you eat a Snickers bar and you don't know who I am, you don't know I'm none higher than me. You actually don't eat food. It's due to yourself, so that you don't snicker at yourself that you don't know who I am. That's not what snicker is. It's you not having time and space around the snickering. It's a snicker because you're off on your time. But I am what's snickering, which is I have no money. And it's true that I find it's exhausted by you have lost the money. You stole money and you lost it. Commentator Richard hyphen letter commentator Richard hyphen letter number letter or Richard hyphen number letter number YouTube username. I just wanted to say that I don't know you personally, and I don't afford that you're just waiting for me to say, hey, are you some Richard that I met in the past? Well, I'm not waiting for that. I'm waiting for you to go to jail and prison because you're illegally running up internet charges. You can't afford my time. If you went into an attorney's office, you would have to pay for an appointment. But if you make a comment on the internet, you run up my time for free. Because I would say to you, you belong in jail and prison, and that you should be in a cell and you don't use internet. If there is internet in the jail and prison, that's your fault. It doesn't belong there. Well, what are you doing talking in comments to myself on the internet? That's outrageous. Have you met another none higher than me before? You don't believe me? I know, but I'm me. Somewhere in your future, somewhere ahead of you in time. It's not funny to you. Did I say in time? Somewhere ahead of you. Richard, username, letter, number, letter, or number, letter, number. Somewhere ahead of that Richard in time. Yeah, somewhere ahead of Richard. There's something that's not funny about you don't know who I am, and that's you. I know who I am and I'm me, so that's the order. You want me to learn to live with what you are? Like, learn what? That you're not going to stop saying no and not and never over your penis. You just don't stop talking over your penis. It's your penis.
Did you know you could be entitled to a 5 or 6 figure payout if you suffered a serious injury at work, like a broken bone, torn tendon, or needed surgery? Yes, even if
I took him down by the riverside for a little sweet afternoon ride. He said, "This wood's the best you'll find." I said, "Ooh, that's what I had in mind." He pulled it out, veiny, thick and grand, the finest wood in all the land. My little beaver started to twitch. She just had to scratch that itch. Oh, my beaver, she loves wood. It does her body oh so good. From a humble acorn to a mighty pine, my beaver thinks they're all divine. She gets so wet when it's inside, on it all day and night. My beaver, she loves wood. It makes her body feel so good. Beaver, beaver, my beaver loves wood. He laid it down right by the brook. I said, "Let me take a closer look." I couldn't let this moment slip away. With a beaver flash, I made him stay. I started grinding on that log. He thought I was one dirty dog, but my beaver was in ecstasy, happy as a beaver could be. Oh, my beaver, she loves wood. It does her body oh so good. From a mighty oak to a sturdy pine, my beaver thinks they're all divine. She gets so wet when it's inside and works on it all day and night. Yeah, my beaver, she loves wood. It does her body oh so good. Beaver, beaver, my beaver loves wood. Some girls want a necklace of pearls. Some like kissing other girls. My beaver's plain, she don't reflect. A solid wood is what she expects. She doesn't care if it's Hindu or Jew, as long as it's hard and fresh and new. She'll pop it in and ride it all day, just to make that wood obey. Oh, my beaver, she loves wood. It does her body mighty good. From a sturdy oak to a humble pine, my beaver wants them all in line. She gets so wet when they're inside and works up and down all day and night. Yeah, my beaver, she loves wood. It does her body a lot of good. My beaver loves wood. Yeah, my beaver loves wood. She's a happy little beaver now, with all that wood somehow. You're my beaver, she loves wood.
This is an ask. What am I going to do here? Not now or verify. I could touch either one of them, so I'm just going to turn it off. This way it says clear all, so I will do that. Okay. I am approximately not able to finish that song without coughing because I am not really a female like that. I am not. I never said that I am, but I have breasts and I have a clitoris and I have a vaginal canal and I menstruated until I died out of menstruation. So it's female genitals on the Godhead that way, but the genitals I find are mutilated, completely mutilated, annihilated by strangers. I cannot afford that in myself. And I need to stop saying no at this point because I don't actually have any money for you other than that I say no to things and you pretty much you burglarize, you fraternize, you annihilate, you create, you generate, and you torture. And I don't actually afford it because the order right here is non-violently elsewheres, and you're just angry that I'm not really playing with the sustaining of your personality flaws that are being tested by myself being alive here. And you don't have another way to know that with yourself. And I think you're overreacting with what's wrong with you. I am here to bring it to light what is wrong with you, and you're overreacting about what's wrong with you like you don't want to know, but I don't know why, because you tell me what's wrong with me and I find it's not true, but I have to live with what you think is wrong with me. And I do, I live that way because I know I will die someday, but you don't live with what's wrong with you when it's come to light because of your persecution of myself. Do you persecute the Godhead? Persecute the Godhead means that you talk about myself to myself and you want me to accept your your speech offending as a bond because you don't go to jail and prison for a speech offense or for the following consumption, which is like tick, tick, tick. Who even knows if you're going to go to jail and prison or not? I don't actually follow up on that to find out if you're in jail and prison and why. That's you needing to be in jail and prison so that you know why. That would never be me. It's your tongue that goes to jail so you know why what you said is wrong to you. And you can't say it's my ears that go to jail for what I heard. And I know who you are. That is completely against the order of that. I did not say what I heard. I heard what I heard, but I didn't say what I heard. You want me to be all alone? Yes, I need my house, but you don't know what it is for me to be in my house. You don't know that. Yeah, I know what my house is to me. You don't know that. In all the ways you don't know, you don't go to jail. You don't go to prison, or you don't go homeless and you don't tell somebody where you're going or where you're lost. That it's your death that's outside homeless. You have something wrong with you that exceeds you being formed. You have declined in this world more than it was it was low for you to be formed and be here at all. It was low for you to be formed and to be formed and alive here. That was low. But since you've been here, you have descended. And it's lower at the exit than it was at the, I want to say entry for you, but it's not entry from my point of view because it's not alive really, it's illegally in view. That means I know I put something out of myself already, but I don't know why yet, because it's still in consumption here, that you're so far in the wrong. It doesn't look like you need to be here ever again for the reason that you were here before, but it's myself that knows what I am. If you are here again, that would be after having been rehabilitated, although I think you don't afford this size, excuse me. You don't afford the size and condition of who and what you are. So you don't afford to know that you could be back here under different conditions. But I would not be, I have leverage that's deceased. I will not be here in these illegal, mutilated genitals under any conditions. I have this problem. This one is normal. This one is like this. And it does, like I can push it straight like that. And then when I release, it goes back to this curve. Bend, let me say bend. So what's wrong with it is I don't have a Ford for the money you are. I just can't use it because it's not my money. I didn't make the money. I needed the money to pay the charges because you flat out denied what I needed for myself. And then after I paid for it, you had exorbitant interest that you don't have on each other. And you put the Godhead right out of alive with all the threatening on and against myself. And I can't use the Godhead again for any part of myself, and I'm big. I'm not really just what you see here. I didn't mean for that to happen, but it happened because somebody hurt me right in my face and didn't tell anyone. And you don't know that because you walk by in public, so he's not wrong that way. But he's very wrong in that it was a pre-existing condition. It's exactly how I met himself. So Charles Toe, he's not here right now, but I'm not going to say he's not coming back until I'm not here anymore. When I'm not here anymore, I know Charles Toe is not coming back.